the focus is to work myself out of a job. I don't think you should start a business to just have a job. And so with this company, I committed to a 6-month season, which it ends this month. And that was a growth season. And so the next 6 months is the optimization season. And so that's building myself out so that we can sustain the growth of the company with a small team and minimum hours per week worked, yet still yield crazy results and crazy numbers.
Welcome to the Expert in You podcast, the show for professional entrepreneurs, experts, authors, speakers, coaches, and consultants who are ready to elevate their business, expand their influence, and boost their bank accounts. Join us as we dive deep with industry-leading experts who share their top strategies, invaluable insights, practical tips, and personal experiences to help you achieve extraordinary growth and success. Whether you're looking to sharpen your skills, stay ahead of the curve, or find that competitive edge, this podcast is your ultimate resource for unlocking your full potential. So tune in, get inspired, grab your coffee, and let's unlock the expert in you. Hey everyone, welcome to Expert in You Showcase, the podcast where elite entrepreneurs and business experts share powerful insights and strategies to elevate your business and your life. I'm your host, Ann Carden, and I'm thrilled to have you here. Today, my guest is Devin Sizemore. He is the owner and director of strategic partnerships. Devin, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Looking forward to the conversation.
Awesome. Well, you have done so much in business. You've built, you've bought, you've sold multiple businesses. So we're going to literally jump right in, and I'm going to start firing some questions at you. How would that be?
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. So what do you think has been the biggest mindset or strategy shift that has helped you grow each time? Because you've done a lot.
Yeah, the number one principle I live by is always add value. And so you've got to be others focused, and you have to add value outside of your service offering. So through connections, resources, solving problems. If you do that always, you can grow whatever business you're growing.
I love it. That's so true. Connections are everything, right? Do we want to say your net worth? Your network is your net worth. Do we want to say that?
I quote it in the book, and we talk about it, and connections on my shirt. So yes,
it is. It is. It makes all the difference. And even I just want to kind of showcase this a little bit. Even in the world that we live in today, the digital world, people still need to warm up their leads, warm up their audience, get relationships, all of those things. None of those things have ever changed. They stand the test of time. Do you agree with that?
100%. What's always worked still works, even in the age of AI and social media. Matter of fact, it works more because people are craving that.
I agree. Aren't you already tired of AI? I was trying to get onto a platform a while ago, and I was just having so many problems, and it was just a bot a chat bot that I was talking to, and it was so frustrating. I was like, give me a human. So I think we're going to see more and more of that, where people are going, and I think even COVID did that. We craved it coming out of COVID as well. So we're kind of seeing it all through business, I believe.
100%. Yeah. The AI chatbots are not great. And often I'm sitting there going, can I please talk to one of your support people? There are a lot of good uses for AI for streamlining systems and automating certain parts, but you got to be careful in how you're using it.
I totally agree with you. All right. So tell us about the vision behind connection expansion. Why 1 million connections, and what kind of impact are you hoping that creates for you?
Yeah, so the Connection Expansion book was born out of this idea that the fastest way to facilitate 1 million connections is to empower more people to make connections. And so I took the system that's worked for myself and hundreds of my clients, put that into a book that's super easy to digest and has everything you need. So there's nothing held back. It's all the scripts, the process, the steps, the approach, all the things. Yes, there's deeper information inside of the school community or online, but in general, the book covers everything. And by using the book, my goal is to motivate people to, again, focus on the always add value and making connections for others, which then leads us to 1 million connections.
Awesome. I love it. Why so many ventures under your belt? Like, what kind of made you go from one thing to the next thing?
Yeah, the more connections you make, the more opportunities show up. And
More
so
than you
that's
can
just
do, right?
Yeah, and so it's an output of the process, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of those are seasons. Like my first big company was a digital marketing company, and then I exited. My consulting company's been around the whole time, but throughout that journey, there's been moments where it's like, hey, this is actually a business that makes sense. The timing's right, the money's there. Like, let's scale it, sell it. So the Cat Cafe is a good example of launching a business, empowering an employee to buy it, selling it to them, and they're still in business. They've rebranded, they've scaled. And so it's fun to dabble in other things because the connections open that. And then the consulting company has always been the stable thing. And all those companies have grown because of the system we use and we teach around connections.
So tell me when you talk about all those different businesses, what has been one of your favorites? What, out of all the things you've done, what's been your favorite?
Yeah, the Cat Cafe is the one that people usually want to talk about because it's so random.
Right?
Yeah, it's one of those things where, it was a fun thing my wife and I did together. We wanted to do a business together. And so it allowed us to bring her artistic, creative nature, my business experience, and form something amazing in an industry. Like, neither of us have played with retail. And so we got to explore new stuff. And then selling to an employee was great. We accomplished a lot of really cool things. And so just a really fun and fascinating business that had a big impact. Lots of cat adoptions, lots of amazing stories of people interacting with the animals. So super positive business as well.
That's cool. So what are you most focused on now, and what do you sell? Like, what can people buy from you?
Yeah, for sure. So everything's around my book now, Connection Expansion. So we help people make strategic connections that surround their ideal clients. What I sell is come join me in ACE's Connection Group. It's free. So it's a really easy sales pitch. If you want to build relationships or learn from experts, come hang out with us. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you're a B2B service provider, you're probably a great fit. Or if you're anyone that's really just looking for a new way to network and build relationships, you're probably a good fit as well.
That's what I was going to ask you. Who's a fit for that, and who's a fit for your services? Yes. So
we have everything from college students looking for internships. We just had one join our 2 meetings ago. They joined, and I think they landed an internship. And then we have a billionaire, a few centimillionaires, some very uber successful people, and everyone in between, because it's not industry specific or business size specific, it's person specific. So if you are someone that's creating a community of givers and you want to participate in that with people that are going to make connections for you and you can be involved, then it's a great place to come. The majority of our people are B2B service providers, but there's a lot of outliers.
And where is that? Where can they connect with that? What platform is that on, or where is that?
Yeah, so you can go to connectionexpansion.com. That'll take you to my website. The platform is on a school community. And so you'll be able to join inside there. And then there's free courses and a whole bunch of other stuff in there as well.
Very cool. And we'll put those links in the show notes as well. So you've done some really impressive things in your business, but there's always some untapped opportunity or challenge that's underneath inside of a business. What is that for you? What's your next big bold move?
Yeah, right now it's how do you receive 2,000 connections and how do you make 4,000 and how do you systematize it, right? So those are my personal numbers. And so that changes how you do one-to-one meetings, because you can't do 2,000 one-to-one meetings in a year and have a sustainable business. So you have to change how you meet people. How do you track the connections you're making and receiving so you know which relationships need more nurturing? And so right now we're in a season of really deep systems that eliminate compressed time, use AI in the right ways to help streamline different parts of this. And so that's my focus is, a big push to grow. And now it's like doing the cleanup work of, okay, what systems need to be put in place to buy back some of my time, to make my team more successful, and to still drive the level of impact and value we want to our customer, but without killing ourselves in the process.
Yeah. So talk about that a little bit. Let's dive into that. 2,000 connections, 4,000 connections. So look, we could all say I have 24,000 subscribers or followers on LinkedIn, and I could say they're all connections, but realistically, they're not. I don't know a lot of them, right? Connected, and doesn't mean that maybe at some point I haven't come across some content, but are they really connections? So can you just talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So when I say connections, these are direct one-to-one introductions, either made or received. So literally staring at my phone right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inbound introductions introduction text messages 1-to-1. So 6 new people that I'm meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I say making connections, what we teach is make 3 connections to everyone you meet. And so if we're meeting that many people, we have to make that many connections. And so we're talking real, tangible, 1-to-1, meaningful relationship connections, not vanity metrics. Like, yes,
Right.
I have, 8,000 LinkedIn connections and more on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and all these places and a 50,000 plus email list. Those are great. But what are the real connections inside of there where you're meeting real people? You've had those conversations and there's stuff happening. Those are the metrics we're talking about. And so when I say connection, like I said, those are 1-to-1, very personal, new people I'm meeting or people I'm connecting to other people.
Hi, friend. I have an exciting announcement. I hope you're enjoying this episode of Expert in You podcast, but I have to ask you, have you checked out the latest issue of Expert in You magazine yet? It's jam-packed with rich content, powerful strategies, inspiring stories, and so much more to help you elevate your business and personal growth. Don't miss out. Go grab your digital copy now and join our community of experts making a difference every day. Go to expertinyoumagazine.com and check out your digital copy today. Transform your expertise into success with Expert in You magazine. It's not just a publication, it is a movement. 2,000, that's a lot. 4,000, that's a lot. How long is it going to take you to do that?
I mean, that's what we're on pace for in a year, right? So that's this year. We're on track to receive 2,000 and make 4,000. We'll probably outpace both of those numbers because every day they get more. Like the 6 I just shared is from the meeting I just had before this. So, we're really good at asking for specific things that are easy to connect us to. And so it's much easier to make and receive connections when you're not just chasing ideal clients and you're chasing strategic partnerships, strategic rooms, strategic alignment. So we'll well exceed those numbers, but at a minimum, that's what we'll do. We had our connection blitz meeting this morning. I think there were 8 people on it. We probably generated 40 connections between the 8 people that were on. So, I mean, we are moving connections all day, every day.
That is amazing. So what does your ideal business look like 12 months from now then? What are your big goals?
Yeah. So all my companies are the focus is to work myself out of a job. I don't think you should start a business to just have a job. And so with this company, I committed to a 6-month season, which it ends this month. And that was a growth season. And so the next 6 months is the optimization season. And so that's building myself out so that we can sustain the growth of the company with a small team and minimum hours per week worked, yet still yield crazy results and crazy numbers. And so that's what we're building is what can I do in 10 hours a week to continue growing a 7-figure plus company? And how can I do it with less than 5 team members and still drive amazing value? So super high margin, super high value, super low hours. That's the equation. And I think that anyone that's in a business, like that is the dream, right? Is like, I want to have a business that's running, producing cash flow with a team that's optimized without me having to work 90 hours a week.
It's so interesting to me. First of all, I love that. I love that vision. And it's so interesting. I've been doing business for about 35 years, but my dad was an entrepreneur and a business owner for many years. Business has changed. Now everyone is working business for freedom. It used to be, though, you worked your own business as a job. That was your resource. That was your source of income, right? And the internet and digital marketing has completely changed all of that. And even the global connection that we now can have that we have not always been able to have. It's just such a different world in business now. And it's so interesting because I always say, if you can't make it in business now, you're just not cut out for it because it's never been easier than it is now, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I built my first digital agency with more the hustle, this is my life mindset. And, it led to burnout, a divorce, and selling the company. And so I refuse to build companies like that now. And I think that everyone can build companies today, no matter what industry you're in, whether you're in the trades, blue collar, digital, it doesn't matter. You can build a company that is sellable, which means you as the owner operator can actually work on the company, not in the company.
Right.
But you have to be very intentional. Like it's a very different way to build a company. And I'm making more take home income today than I've made in any of my companies. And I work way less hours. And so when you really focus on it, you can find that leverage point where you're producing more. But again, you still have to drive amazing value and amazing results. You can't sacrifice those things. Otherwise, the business isn't going to sustain.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if someone is listening to this right now, what's one connection, opportunity, or next level play that you'd like to share with them?
Yeah, for themselves, I always just talk about the power of one. The subtitle of my book is You're One Connection Away from Massive Success in Your Life and Business. I want people to really hear me on that. You don't need a million. Yes, the numbers we talk about are big and there's big numbers and we move a lot of connections and that equals huge results. But one connection can equal a $30,000 client. One connection can equal a 6, 7, or 8 figure partnership. One connection can equal the stage that puts you in a room full of ideal clients. One connection can land you the job. One connection can land you the internship. One connection can land you the invite to DC to speak to the mastermind group where no one else gets to speak. It just takes one connection. And so be curious, ask good questions, and re-engage your network so that maybe you could find that one really interesting opportunity you didn't know exists.
What's a great question someone can ask? Like if you're just trying, let's say you've got all these connections out there already, how would you fire those connections back up and re-engage those people? What's something that could open the door there?
Yeah, so 3-step process. So step 1, you want to nurture. So the nurture sounds like, hey, Ann, I hope you're doing well and having a great day. It's been a while since we last connected. Anything new and exciting in your world? Any new challenges? What connections can I make for you? Hey, I'd love to catch up. Here's a link to my calendar. Let's sync back up. Everything's about the other person. It's all about adding value, getting them into a meeting. That's your communication. Step 2 is the meeting. In the meeting, you want to follow this framework. Hey, what's your focus? Who are you serving now? Remind me, even if I know you really well, like just remind me who you're targeting, what your focus is, any service changes. How'd you get here? Let's go back in history. Like remind me how we got here. What'd you do? What's your background? Where are you going is the next phase. Like what's the big picture? What's the dream? What's in your way? So we want to talk about challenges and obstacles. And then we always want to wrap up with how can I help you with connections? That's your meeting structure. And it's again, all about the other person, but giving you a lot of good information. Step 3 is how you follow up. So from that meeting, we want to make 3 connections that solve problems, open doors, make strategic opportunities for that person. And then we want to just add them back to the nurture cycle, which is that first email. And you want to follow up with them forever. If you just take one person through that process, yielding 3 connections, you then have permission to follow up with the 3 people you connected them to, plus the original person. One of those 3 people will likely raise their hand and say, hey, Devin, it's been a while. We should catch up. And then you can take that person, do a connection meeting, make 3 connections, and it starts to snowball. So just reach out with the right language, schedule a meeting, conduct it with curiosity, make connections.
I love it. That's such a great framework. So that's what you wrote your book around, right?
That's in the book. That's the quick, very compressed version. But yes, all of that's in the book.
Awesome. And we'll put we'll put in the show notes too, the link to your book so people can go grab that. Okay, now let's have some fun. We're going to do kind of a lightning round. I'm going to fire some questions at you. This is a little more on the personal side, maybe some business, but all right. Sure. Number 1, you ready? What's the big, scariest thing you've ever done in your business or your life?
Starting the first business. No money in the bank and just opening the business with barely enough to survive.
It's a big leap. It is. All right. What is your favorite thing to do outside of your business?
You'll either find me at a golf course, traveling, or at Disneyland.
Did you say Disneyland?
Yeah, at Disneyland. You gotta have the Walt statue in the back.
Yeah. Where are you located?
I'm in Reno, Nevada.
Okay. And what is the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
Oh, man. I just say yes to a lot of stuff. And so I've been on some really crazy trips and some crazy rooms. I just recorded a TV episode for a TV series that's launching because I said yes and showed up to Dallas on a whim. I just say yes and I just show up to crazy stuff.
What about in your life? What's the most adventurous thing you've ever done in your life?
I don't even know because my whole life is such an adventure. Like literally, I travel. We do amazing things. We've done crazy stuff. We know amazing people. Like it's just the whole thing is insane.
Favorite place that you've ever been?
I'm a big fan of, like I said, Disney's our home.
Mhm.
Like we like to take the kids there and escape. And so, we love Disneyland, Disney World, just kind of the Disney immersive experience.
Mhm.
That's our fun place to be.
Awesome. This has been so great. What final thoughts that you would like to leave people with?
Yes, I always circle back to the 5 core principles for building relationships. Add value, we talked about. Control what you can control, we didn't talk about, but it's critical, right? Don't work on things you can't control. 3 and 4 go together. Don't make assumptions about connections, and there's value in every relationship, so just meet everybody. And then number 5 is train by doing. So many people want connections and referrals to come inbound, but they don't take the effort to make them themselves. If you're not making them, don't expect to receive them. So you have to train by doing.
I love that. I always say if you want inbound, you have to do some outbound. And a lot of people don't realize that. You coming from the marketing world, you realize that. So Devin, this has been so great. Thank you so much for sharing. And as we wrap up today, I want to thank everyone for being here for another Expert in You Showcase. Make sure that you subscribe to the show, like it, share it. We always say sharing is caring. And we appreciate you so much. We appreciate you being here. Devin, thanks again for being here. And God bless you, everyone. Until next time, bye-bye. The content of this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. Although I share strategies, ideas, and success stories based on real experiences, results are never guaranteed. Every business is unique, and outcomes depend on individual effort, market conditions, and many other factors. By listening, you agree that I and my guests are not responsible for your results or actions based on the content shared. Thank you for tuning in today. If you're as excited as I am about scaling up your influence, business, and bank account, then I have just the thing for you. But first, make sure you subscribe to the show. Second, make sure you share it with someone you care about, because sharing is caring. And third, head on over to join me in my next free virtual exclusive workshop, where we'll explore proven strategies to boost your business and maximize your potential. Look, it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you're looking to take your business to the next level, my workshops are designed for you. So head on over to expertinyouworkshop.com to reserve your spot and get ready to transform your expertise into extraordinary success. I'm looking forward to seeing you there and helping you achieve incredible growth. Until next time, make sure you're always seeking the expert in you, and God bless. Have an amazing day.